What is up, guys? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video. Today we are talking about my favorite Senate candidate, most favorite Senate candidate in 2022, Blake Masters. Answer the question, can he win and will he win? Before we start today's video, hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with friends, hit that little bell, and yes, follow me on social media, follow me on everything. Greatly appreciated. Let's try to hit 200 likes on this video. I think that's possible. So, before we look at the data side of things, we look at all this garbage. Who is Blake Masters? Before we even start with can he win, we gotta learn who this guy is. So, Blake Masters was essentially the Omega Chad of Senate candidates in 2020. He is the best Senate candidate, maybe outside of Sean Parnell. I think that's a tie, but overall, Blake Masters on the issues, the best candidate by far. I mean, he is just awesome on the issues. He wants to reduce legal and illegal immigration. Not, just reduce illegal immigration. I mean, folks, he wants mandatory E-Verify. Wants to reduce immigration, legal, by the way, reform our abuse asylum system. This alone is one of the best part of the platform the entire nation. But you just keep going. Give American workers a fair chance. Fight back against bullshit trade deals. Fight back against the nonsense that was healthcare. Fight back against massive tax hikes. This is good stuff. This can appeal to the more Boomer Inc. type. This more fight against massive tax hikes. Crack down on crime. Strong national defense. Not endless war. Get the point that this guy, he is kind of the Omega Chad. He is the definition of a populist. Can appeal to pretty much a lot of people. Even he has an environmental plan. Most Republicans, they don't, outside of like Trump, and it just gets better and better. And, well, guys, he is a nationalist populist, whatever you want to call him, which may hurt him in Arizona, according to some people, but I'm here to say that that's nonsense, and I do believe he'll not only win primary against Baranovich, he will also win the election against Mark Kelly. Now, before we look at this, why do I think he's going to win the primary against Baranovich? One, I think Trump's going to endorse Masters. I have this gut feeling that Masters will get endorsed by Trump. The biggest reason is Baranovich really botched the elections, really screwed up badly, and Trump really has not forgiven him for it. Second of all, I don't know what Baranovich is doing. He's running a disastrous campaign from what I'm seeing. And thirdly, Masters is getting funded by Peter Thiel. That guy is the definition of a populist, right? National populist. He is pretty good, right? Peter Thiel is funding this guy. So is a bunch of other people I know. I not know directly, but I know that are big names are backing this guy. It's just that alone could give Masters. And with Baranovich just falling apart quickly, highly doubt that he's going to win. And plus, that's not even talking about the amount of money this guy's raising and fundraising. Running a lot of local events, unlike Baranovich, who's just national television appearance. All he's doing. This guy's actually going on the ground, town to town, and actually doing events. So I think that alone gives him the. Now we got to talk about Arizona itself, because this is such a misleading thing that a lot of these boomer cons on Twitter are saying, a lot of these election mafia people are saying, but rap, they say. It's a neocon state. There's no way Masters can win. Guys, that is one of the dumbest arguments I have heard in a while. Arizona is not a neocon state. Let's get that out of the way quickly. Let's just look at their representatives. This alone should tell you this is no neocon state. You got Andy Biggs. You got Paul Gosar representing this state. Two of the best House members in the entire U.S. House. And by the way, Biggs is not in some, titanium red rural district like Gosar. He's in a more suburban-esque district. And he did substantially better than Trump in the district. So don't give me this garbage that it's a neocon state. Trump is just a bad fit for Arizona as a whole. Now, Another part is we can talk, question the results if we wanted to, but we gotta wait for the Arizona audit to be done. Not gonna get into it that much. But folks, the only reason that Trump lost Arizona, not talking about the certain things that happened, was Biden got extremely lucky with the third in Pima County. He won it by almost 5.5%. He won it by 100,000 votes. That's way more than Maricopa. And even with Maricopa, if Pima County did not make that huge spike in turnout, didn't have that huge swing, Trump wins a state. That alone gives him Arizona. Now, another reason is Trump did a little bit worse in places like Poppy County. Ove County did basically the same. Did better in, I believe, Yuma County. Santa Cruz, he did significantly. But he did worse in places like Pinal, Poppy, Ove. Now, we can debate the election stuff all we want. I personally think a lot of this was Trump didn't really do campaign events in Ove, Yavapai, Pino. You look where he did rallies in Phoenix, he was doing the deep blue part. It made no sense why he was doing rallies there. But even with this, you would think that with Trump losing barely, right, this would give, Martha McSally, a neocon establishment shill, a 3-4 point win. Because this is a supposed neocon state. Yeah, we all know how that went. He lost by 2.5 points. Against a guy that ran a fake populist campaign. The guy's not a populist by any stretch of the imagination, but Sarah McSally probably was way more populist, more blue collar. He could appeal to the people. McSally was an establishment shill. She lost by 2.5%. So, if this was a neocon state, a McCain-loving state, Trump should have lost by 0.3, but McSally should have won by 4 or 5. So this alone kind of debunks a lot of this garbage that the neocon state. But just to prove it more, that this state's no neocon state, sure, it was influenced by McCain for all those years, but that was a lot of circumstantial evidence that happened. One, he got elected for the former senator, Goldwater, who was the most popular senator in the entire United States. And McCain, for one of the longest serving senators for a while, was fairly popular, even though he stunk on the issues. And if he was a new candidate, let's say ran in 2016, he would get annihilated. It's just the name recognition that helped him so much in Arizona. Look at 2016. He won by around 13 percentage points. The primary, though, he only won by 12.5%. Back in 2016. You know the only reason that McCain beat Kelly Ward was because a certain Donald Trump endorsed him. And folks, look at all these endorsements that McCain got. And he barely held on. And folks, Trump shouldn't have endorsed him, by the way. He should have endorsed Ward. Ward would have crushed McCain. Trump even won the Republican primary in Arizona. It's not a neocon state. Not even the Republican Party's that neocon. Ken got bailed out bad 2016. Still, though, he still won by 13. But the Green Party, he probably won closer by like 9-10 points, realistically. So you get the point that this evidence points to that Kane got bailed out badly in 20. But 2010, if this was such a neocon establishment state, why did they elect a certain traditional Tea Party candidate in Jane Brewer? Now, I know she was the incumbent governor at the time, sure, but even with a red wave here, this state voted like 6-7 points right of the nation. So this is a Tea Party candidate, a populist type of candidate. And folks, look at her issues. This is no establishment, neocon-esque candidate. Look at her immigration policy. This is no freaking establishment candidate. Not at all. So this idea that, it's a neocon state. They elected so many right-wing populists or populist-esque candidates over the years. Even back in 2010, they elected Jane Brewer. Folks, this is no neocon. If this is a neocon, this immigration policy wouldn't be here. So, guys, idea it's a neocon state is old, it's fake. Yes, it was ran by the McCains for all those years, but McCain out of the picture, it's not really relevant. I just personally believe Trump was just a bad fit for Arizona. I have evidence based on congressional districts that more right-wing populist candidates like Algosar and Biggs did substantially better than Trump. So, folks, it's just a Trump issue and Maricopa issue, but you get the point that it's all substantial, all just proving the point that not a neocon state. Is it more establishment than other states? Absolutely. But it's not like Georgia, right? This is closer to like a midway between like Texas and Florida, in my opinion. You know, Texas somewhat establishment, Florida more right wing populist. That's a hub of right wing populism, by the way, Florida. While Texas a bit more mixed, you know, it's in between that, I believe. Folks, it's not going. It's Arizona, if Lake Masters ran, would beat Mark Kelly by 2 to 3. That is video. Get my final prediction. I do believe that Lake Masters will win the primary by a substantial margin. And I do believe he will win Arizona Senate race by 2 to 3. Not a neocon state. A lot of nonsense. They elected so many right-wing populist S candidates over the years that fallacy, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, enjoy the video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. Thank you guys for watching. Guys, next time.